Hanging out backstage with John Popper of Blues Traveler at Lollapalooza 2010, man.
Yeah.
It's been a long... I mean...
Can you believe it's been that many decades?
Can you believe?
We've been playing for 50, 60 years, something like that.
I want to start out by talking about the cover that you guys did, Creep, Radiohead's Creep, which
Love
was
that song.
incredible. And
it's one of our favorite songs, and it's one of most people's favorite songs. They just wrote an amazing tune, and I wanted to always do that, but we never wanted to be like a nihilistic sounding band. We can't pull that off, so for us to do anything that's got sort of a pulse, it has to have some sort of a reggae feel, and that's what we did to get it going.
Yeah, it was like a reggae, it was basically a reggae version of Radiohead Creep.
Yeah, but you still want the performance to hit all those marks of feeling awkward and weird and I don't belong here. And
right.
That's the thing. I think it's one of those songs that everyone at some point has felt that way.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And the important thing is to go, you're so fucking special. I know there's a movie coming out where they do a choir going, you're so very special. But really, the girl that I looked at, she was so fucking special.
So fucking special. That's what you got to do on that song.
That's why I felt like a creep, because she was so fucking special. I knew I didn't belong there.
Have you ever felt like, you feel like that a lot?
Oh my God, I don't know, every week.
Here, do you feel like that though? This is like your home. Music festivals.
But still, sometimes, you know, somebody comes out and you're like, wow, there's so many good bands that they'll surprise you.
Is there anyone today who you're like that with?
Well, Green Day is pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Well, are you going to be able to stick around and see them?
Oh, I hope so, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Cool.
It's such a great spread here every year, you know.
But you're a veteran of that. I mean, you put together the Horde Fest years ago.
We're talking about bringing that thing back, too.
Really?
Maybe 2012.
Really?
Again, the band will be 25 years old. Oh, my God. We're going to do a box set and try and get Horde going.
Well,
that'll be Horde's 20th anniversary.
Okay. I mean, why? I mean, all right, so Perry's been able to resurrect, you know, Lollapalooza. It only took, what, a year or two, maybe like a year off or
I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, do you get to talk to Perry and like exchange notes about what you guys did?
Absolutely, and you know, the model that he did, I'm really impressed by.
Yeah. But I mean, back in the day, you know, back in the '90s when it was Horde and
he was the first guy doing it. I think Lollapalooza was the first, and he got that idea from European festivals, and the idea to take it around on tour. Suddenly that caught on, and we were right behind him, and then a whole bunch of other tours came in after us, and the truth is, what started to get expensive was bringing it all on the road. So you make a destination, and people can have a few days there, and it's really cool. And that way, everybody gets to do everyone's tour. The problem was, Sheryl Crow's on Lilith. She can't do Horde as well. She signed up for 6 weeks.
Right.
And this way, everybody can do all of them who wants to.
Right. Well, the other thing I think that's changed it is the internet. People can figure out what's going on in other towns, so it's not a big deal. If you live in LA, you can see what's going on in Chicago and come make the plan.
YouTube if you want to just watch it. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the YouTube up of that Creep.
Hell yeah.
Cover. Yeah.
Good. I'm proud of it. It was a good one today.
Yeah. How is music? We just talked to the internet. How's music changed in 20 years that you've been in it, man? I mean, where to even start on
access? And the thing is, they still want to pay. The money always comes into your shows, so you want people to see your shows. So we used to always let them bootleg, and to me that's just another way of bootlegging. And so, you know, it's promotional.
But you
don't mind it when people see you if you did a good job, as long as the sound sounds good.
But do you think record companies or even bands are too protective? Because you can't be protective with the internet, you know?
Well, you know what? It's you got to try to be protective and know that you won't succeed. It's like that. You got to defend your turf, because if you just go, sure, do whatever you want, then it crosses a line. But if you're constantly fighting for, you know, I put work into this, I have to pay people for that, and then at the same time know that that will be in addition to a whole bunch of other stuff that people do free, there's a way to work them both. And, you know, I really think that, you know, Metallica was right. I just didn't want to be the guy to say it, you know, because it's another opportunity to sell your stuff. And so you can't, it's going to happen anyway, so you got to go with that. But at the same time, if you make something special, I think the audience tends to know the difference. I think they can see, oh, there's some cool free stuff I want to get, and then there's, I also will go buy the album. I think it can steer them to the album.
But is it, I don't know, it's hard to take the Metallica side, though, because I understand what you're saying, where you got to set a limit.
Very abrupt stand about it.
Yeah. And it's like setting the drinking age at 21. You know, every 15 and 16-year-old is also going to...
Every band I know in Metallica made that sense that, oh, I wouldn't do that, but they were all secretly thinking it.
Right. But how do you, I don't know, do you have any, how do you...
I think what you got to do is, it's not extreme on one or the other. It's a marriage. It's going to be working both into some sort of synergy, because the information is going to be out there. It's going to come, and you shouldn't fear it, and it's actually a really good thing. But you also, when you get a record company to put money in to make an album, that should be seen by the audience, if you're doing your job right, as something special. Right. And so, you know, I mean, if they're willing to pay for all the people that engineered it and the studio time, they can have it. Hey, this is John Popper from Blues Traveler, and you're on East Village Radio, baby.